Right, Wagner's famous Tristan Chord has been the subject of much debate amongst music theorists over the years. People have made documentaries about it. I believe I read somewhere that someone even based their thesis for a PhD entirely on the Wagner Tristan Chord. So that's not the subject of this tutorial at all. I'm simply going to look at the chords, particularly the voicing and the voice leading, and see how we can adapt it to use in a nice little ending for a jazz ballad. You can often get great ideas from the classical composers, particularly over the chord voicing and the voice leading. Let's look at the chords then. First one, and let's rename the top two notes, make G sharp A flat, D sharp E flat. Take the top note down an octave and you can see that we've got what we would normally call an F minor 7 with a flattened fifth, or F half diminished seventh chord. When the top note goes up a semitone, that changes the chord to an F7 with a flattened 5. B is the flattened fifth. Now, F7 with a flattened fifth contains exactly the same notes as B7 with a flattened fifth, as B7, fifth is F sharp, flatten it, make it F natural, and you've got the same notes. So now you've got two places that you could go to. You could go down a fifth to some kind of tonic, or down a semitone to some kind of tonic. You could, of course, go to several other places, but those are the two places where a dominant seventh usually goes to. So Wagner goes down a semitone, but he doesn't go to a tonic chord, he goes to another seventh chord, dominant seventh, and once again with a flattened fifth. That's E7 with a flattened fifth, that then rises a semitone to the fifth. Now, what I love about this is that chromatic movement at the top. Wagner, of course, doesn't then resolve to a tonic, not for ages. That's the beauty of this piece, that it just keeps you in suspense for so long before it finally resolves. What I did though was say, right, we've got to E7 there. Let's go to a tonic. And once again, you could go down a fifth or down a semitone. I chose to go down a fifth to A minor. Would work, of course, going to A major. I went to A minor with a sharpened seventh. G sharp being the sharpened seventh. I didn't put the third of the chord C in straight away. I played D going on to C. And then I just added a little bit of inner movement there. I repeated the E together with the sharpened seventh, an octave lower. Now, you notice that they are a sixth apart, and that leads to nice inner movement there. Little passing note there, F, leading you to F sharp, and the left hand at the same time rising to A, once again a sixth apart. So that we ended up then with an A minor chord, with a minor 6 chord rather, which again is a tonic minor. Little arpeggio at the end, just playing the top 3 note, jumping an octave and repeating them quickly. As I said, you could also finish on A major, so you could use the same two chords from Wagner, but instead of going to a tonic minor, go to a tonic major. So exactly the same inner movement there when we got to the A major. Thumb on the E again, left hand on the major 7th. Little passing note there, and the left hand going up to A. Putting the 6th in there, so we end up with an A6 chord. Same arpeggio. You could actually do one more thing with that, just vary it slightly by doing this. So what I did there on the A major was, instead of going straight to A major, I played a diminished 7th chord with A in the roots, and then played the G sharp. And then if you look what's happening here, the D goes down to C sharp, the F goes down to E. So, and then just use the top 3 notes as a little arpeggio again. Oh, you found that useful. It's really good idea, you know, to look through lots of classical pieces and see what ideas you can use in your jazz arrangements. If you haven't done so far and you enjoyed that, can you subscribe and give it a thumbs up? Thank you, and see you in the next video.